Now, one of the biggest and positive news in Nigeria's agriculture and food sector came from Lagos today as the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu launched a 500 billion naira fund that looks to partner other states in the country to produce food in their regions where Lagos serves as the off-taker. Now, chatting to me on this big development and more is Akin Alabi, who is the founder of Corporate Farmers International. Good evening. It's good to have you here in the studios.
Good evening, boss. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
I could barely let big news go. What's the? Give me your key takeaways from this initiative today.
So one of the key points Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said, and which I hold very strongly, is more like a biblical word that say, "Go forth and produce for Lagos." That for me is the killer point. Go forth and produce for because Lagos currently today has a population and has a market, okay, for production to feed
20 million plus,
more than 20 million person, about 24 million. So you can imagine the tenacity, the extent of volume of food required, okay, that will come into Lagos to feed each mouth per day. That is big business, that is huge business, and Lagos is ready for business.
Lagos sitting on a mountain of money.
Yes.
So, what makes this initiative compelling for you as a farmer and agri-sector expert? And you've gone around quite a number of states in Nigeria over the past years across universities of agriculture and whatever. What makes this a compelling initiative that Lagos is working on?
So the beautiful part is that it's actually an interstate partnership. Today we have about 4 or 5 governors, even more states that were there today. You know, and it's all about inter-cooperation, inter-partnership on how Niger states could produce for Lagos, how Kogi could produce for Lagos, how Kwara could be involved, how Ogun states could be involved, and different states across the country can be involved.
This is a handshake.
Thank you very much, Bosi.
Across the states and said, I don't have the land.
Yes.
And I can hardly do livestock farming in Lagos state. So Governor Sanwo-Olu says, you go do it for me.
Thank you.
I'll give you the money. I will take from you.
I think, and good enough today, one of the things that I also love today was that there were few farmers that were actually given few checks to say, look, come on, let's go and get...
At the event.
Yes, present at the event and say, come on, let's go.
They got the money already.
Oh yeah, the check was presented today, you know, at the event. They say, go forth and let's begin to produce for Lagos. And good enough again today, we have private sectors that are also involved. For example, Mr. Tony Elumelu of UBA was also involved, and he made a commitment also.
I'm coming to that. When we say food initiative by state governments. And again, some years ago, Lagos State partnered with Kebbi State, and there was that lake rice, I guess. I remembered. I guess that was on the former past governor. So back then. So how would this initiative, 500 billion is a whole lot of money on the table. How will it impact the fortunes of farmers? Because again, this is about the farmers.
Exactly.
How would it impact the fortunes of these farmers in these various states that Lagos State is partnering with to produce over there and offtake here?
Okay, so let's start from the previous lake rice. So lake rice today is now known as eco rice, which is actually producing, and you have them in the market. If you go to a market like the Fresh Food Hub, you get eco rice there, you know, and people are enjoying it. That's one.
It's also listed on the Lagos Commodity
Exchange.
Futures Exchange
is there. So we have lake rice, we have eco rice available on the market, and also in terms of this fund. You know, the essence is that, look, for the fact that Lagos has the market currently and also has, bringing out private partners, you know, and public together, the idea is let them look at how best they can begin to produce for Lagos State, you know, as it is, so that the event of what happened during COVID was a major
learning curve
for everybody. And say, look, we cannot let that happen again. So to prevent that, we need to now build in structures, food structures, you know, food systems that will help, you know, states begin to produce and prepare for the unforeseen circumstances that might arise in the near future. And farmers are beginning to, you know, integrate into the whole process, and that's why we have Produce for Lagos, you know, integrate into the whole process and see how we could aggregate from you, take from you directly, and purge into Lagos.
I might just be thinking of doing that. I'm from Kogi State, by the way.
Your governor was there also.
I need a check.
Your governor was there.
I need a check. I guess I might just hope my employer
your governor.
I hope my employer is not listening listening to this. But hey, if he's listening, I could just text some folks in the village and say, hey, I got a check here. I want to do farming in Kogi State and sell to Lagos.
Yes.
But again, you've got folks like Tony Elumelu and UBA are putting 25 billion naira on the table today.
Yes.
So in terms of, do you think this is a template? Do you think what Governor Sanwo-Olu's done today, flagged off today, is a template for other state governments to copy?
Well, I would say it is a template, and also it's also a collaboration that is needed, because a state that is as big and I would say wealthy as Lagos, that doesn't have that arable land to produce to that mass extent, need the handshake of other states to come in together. So while state that has that capital without, or that strength to produce so much more, can say, look, we can produce for you. Like Niger, for example, can say, hey, come on, Lagos, bring that check and let me produce for you, which happened today. Ogun State say, bring the check, let's produce for you. So those are what we need today. And yes, other states can copy the template and also look at how it can interchange and also help add value to their farming community and food systems.
Yes, the value chain. I think reduce post-harvest losses.
Big deal. That's a big deal. In fact, that was mentioned today repeatedly by the governor. Like, we need to reduce post-harvest loss. We need to reduce post-harvest loss. We can do that by providing cold chain facilities and structures around food systems. So
this is good news for the banking sector, and UBA is stepping into that already.
Yes, I would say more private sector.
We look and smell the bigger money.
In fact, yes, he was super excited today, and he saw the benefits and the advantage, and also the value involved in food systems, not only in Lagos but across other states across in the country. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about Tony Elumelu.
I think that's a nose for finding where money is.
Yeah.
But let's start a bit to mechanized farming and digital payments wallet for farmers, because again, this is big.
Yes.
But again, across Africa, these wallets for farmers, mechanizing farming, bringing digital technology into space. How come Kenya has overtaken Nigeria and pushed us to about the third or fourth position? Okay,
so Bosin, let's go way back, before now. If you look at the Nigerian agricultural compass, before now, we have three major factors or issues that are affecting farmers. Number one, issue of adoption. We have the perception and issue of funding. Now, let's take it back to Kenya. Now, Kenya today has likes of M-Pesa, likes of Safaricom, that have been able to plug into digital solutions to support farmers, while Nigeria farmers are still struggling with adoption and how it could favor them. Because today, if you bring technology into the farming community, the first thing that comes to the farmer's mind is, are you taking away my job? Are you going to do whatever are you going to bring in machineries that are going to replicate my job instead of making it easy? That is the perception we have. But again, let's look at how Nigeria can do it better. So that's why we're calling on, look, how can we bring those who have done it better? If we remember, during the days of the former Minister of Agriculture, now the outgoing President of AFDB, Akin, when they did the GES program, many years ago, which the idea was that, look, we could help reduce ways in which farmers can easily get their inputs using digital wallets and all that. And they were designed by few partners like Bolaji Akimboro and the likes. That helped a lot to change the perception. I say, with wallet system technology, I can get my input easily. And that is one of the things Kenyans have done way back, which here in Nigeria today, we are still struggling to adopt that, but is a game changer that I believe we need to have now.
So we get one of our telcos also to build into that.
Why not? Why not? We can MTN, Glow, Eltel. All telcos can come together, and that's a big cake. If the Honourable Minister for Digital Economy can look into,
can work with the Minister of Agriculture.
Yes, and see how telcos can help champion digital wallet solutions to support farmers in terms of payments, in terms of technology, in terms of insurance, in terms of today we have Uber tractors. Where you have to just on your phone order for an Uber
for a tractor
to come on your farm and do the work. It's happening.
And I'm just sitting in my living room.
And you can even monitor with the AI. You can even monitor the entire process. But the problem we have today.
I'm a digital farmer. You wrote that book about being a digital
exactly.
farmer. So I could just sit in Lagos and get a farm in Kogi State in the village, and I could just monitor it through.
But we have so again, for this to be effective again in the country, we need to also look at the issues around insecurity, as to really be dealt with, and also boundary issues. Once we're able to tackle this to the north edge.
I understand. Lagos State is doing 500 billion. Yeah. And I think if we put a bit of that into to secure the farms. I'm not sure we're asking for too much.
No,
well, I remembered years and years ago when the issue of armed robbery with the banks was so rife. And I remember the central bank got the banks together to support Lagos State. And now I think under the former governor, Abuba Marwa, I guess. And then they supported the Lagos security, whatever, apparatus to support, to get some armored, some vehicles and whatever to support them. So I think there should be some measure of what the other state governments can do to support what Lagos is bringing to the table and get the national security people into it to ensure that, look, we can use a backdoor approach to it. Because, look, a tuber of yam in Lagos, my friend, or watermelon, it's so expensive compared or in Abuja, and I can just understand.
So one of the things that this initiative is also going to do is to also help reduce logistics. They also have what we call eco-logistics, which is also beautiful. It helps in terms of reducing post-harvest loss, and also today we have the chief of staff that also came in today, of defense staff came in today also to
I love that.
I didn't know
he was there.
No, he was there today, and he also made his own impact and said, look, we're supporting this. Food is important, and security measures needs to be tackled. So he was there.
It looks like a family meeting.
Bossing.
I like that.
Food business is serious business.
Yes.
So everybody has to be involved.
Food is insecurity. If you have food insecurity, you have a bigger problem on your hands than you have any other thing. Folks would rather die and say, look, I would rather die of hunger, whatever it is, I'm going to die by anyway. So I would rather make sure that I have food on my table.
Definitely.
But this is good news, and I want to say thank you to the Lagos State government
and also
other partners.
Thanks to the Honorable Commissioner for doing this, Abisola Olusoya.
For Lagos State.
For Lagos State, doing amazing work. A woman doing amazing work in that regard and putting all these things together and ensuring that Lagos is food secured, and also ensuring that food systems in Lagos is worth it and bringing all players. It's not easy, boss. Really, food business. It's a real business, was it? Real business.
No, it's business. There's anything else. An hungry man is an angry man. As the saying goes. I hope you're not hungry by now.
No, I'm not hungry. I've eaten when I got here, even. I've eaten.
Okay, great. And that's making things better. Thank you so much, Akin, founder.
It's an honor.